So, mag-start na ko. Mute sa...
Nag-mute ka, wait.
Mute na kapit ka. Ilan na yun? Sige, start na ko ha. Bacterial infection of the bone. It is also known as osteomyelitis, and it can be serious and require prompt medical attention. So mode of transmission, bone infection can enter through bloodstream and spread to the bones, and often from other infections or procedures. Direct introduction of bacteria into the bone can also occur through trauma or surgery. So bone infection can happen if there are infections sa other parts of the body, and it can also be caused if naka-experience ka og trauma, or for example, puncture or open wound nga na-expose ang imuhang bone, and it can be infected by bacteria. Signs and symptoms. First, localized infection. Kung diin naay bone infection sa imuhang bone, for example, sa leg nimo, you can experience pain, tenderness, swelling, and warmth in the affected area. Systemic symptoms. You can experience fever, chills, fatigue, and irritability. In chronic cases, symptoms may be less severe and can include intermittent pain and recurrent fever. Although it can be less severe, pero you should still dili nimo siya pasagdan ba, kay it can be severe man in the long run if imo lang pasagdan. So here are the treatments. First, antibiotic. You can kuha nimo ang tambal through IV for several weeks. Then there's specific choice of antibiotic depende sa type of bacteria or type of infection sa imong bone. Next, surgical intervention. So drainage of abscesses. If naay ganana na sa imong bone, so it can be drained, done by a doctor. So removal of dead tissue. In some cases, surgical debridement or bone grafts may be necessary if necessary gid putlo na imong bone. So next, supportive care, pain management, and sometimes immobilization of the affected limb. Next. So, osteomyelitis can affect any bone, but is more common in the arm, legs, the spine, and the pelvis. Certain populations, such as those with compromised immune systems, diabetics, or individuals with prosthetic joints, may be at higher risk. Also, children are prone to bone infection. Next, let's talk about bacterial infection of the nervous system. So, infections in the nervous system can be severe and may affect the brain and spinal cord. We have two common types of bacterial infections, such as bacterial meningitis. This is the inflammation or swelling of the meninges in the brain. Meninges serves as the support of the brain, so it can be infected through respiratory droplets such as coughing or sneezing or direct contact with respiratory secretions. It can also occur as a complication of infections elsewhere in the body that can spread through bloodstream. For example, if sa sulod sa imong body kay naay infection daan, and kaning infection nag-enter na sa imong bloodstream, it can circulate, di ba, mag-circulate man yun sa body, so possibly nga meningitis. Signs and symptoms: sudden onset, kalit lang kag labad imong ulo, fever, and stiff neck. So additional symptoms: nausea, vomiting, sensitivity to light, and altered mental status, fontanelle, or sa soft spot on the baby's head. So treatment of bacterial meningitis. urgent hospitalization is required, na sa imuhang utok. So you should not overlook it and dapat moadto na jud ka hospital. So intravenous antibiotics or IV, usually a combination, are administered, and supportive care may include pain management and fluids. Vaccination is a preventive measure for certain types of bacterial meningitis. Next. Brain abscess. So when you say brain abscess, nana sa imuhang brain. So when you say nana sa imong brain, so there is an infection. So mode of transmission, direct introduction of bacteria into the brain, often from an infection in another part of the body, such as sinus infection, ear infection, or dental infection. So if naakay cases such as infections sa ear, nose, pwede na siya ang bacteria nga excuse me, pwede ang bacteria nga mudagan sa imuhang brain. It can cause to siya infection, and if severe na siya, naanay na sa imuhang brain. So also, if naay other infections sa imong body such as lungs or any kanang transmission is through bloodstream, so it can also happen ang brain abscess. So signs and symptoms, headache, often localized and severe. So depende sa asa nga part sa imong brain ang ay nana sa datupod ang severe headache. So neurological symptoms, depending on the location, symptoms may include seizures, altered mental status, and focal neurological deficits. Fever and signs of infection, these may be present, but they can be less pronounced compared to meningitis. Still, they have the same symptoms with bacterial meningitis, such as baba ng ulo, seizures, or maghilanat. There is a sign of infection. Treatment, drainage of the abscess may be necessary and intravenous antibiotics are administered. Surgery may be required in some areas. So, depending sa asa nga part sa imong brain ang may infection, dito ang surgery na i-drain ang nana sa imong brain. Excuse me. So, next, both bacterial meningitis and brain abscess are medical emergencies that require immediate attention. Diagnosis is typically confirmed through imaging studies such as CT scan or MRI and analysis of cerebrospinal fluid obtained through a lumbar puncture. So if you have experienced mga severe cases na like maglaba na yung ulo or magsuka na ka or dili na kakadungdong kung kinsa ka, so there could be something wrong sa mong brain and it should not be overlooked and dapat require medical attention na siya. So that's all, and thank you for listening.
Thank you, everyone. Guys, thank you kayo. Kita pang kagwang. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, thank you.
Ma'am.
Guys. Watch na natin.
The next